Yeah, what's up, man? It's a Triple B based boxing basement. Make sure you at least like. And, if you want to subscribe, if you want to give some love and donations, that's much appreciated. Anyway, so I'm talking about the problem with pro boxing is it's so whack at the moment. Do you know what I'm saying? Um, it's like, what have I got to look forward to? Usyk Dubum. Well, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. That's a decent enough fight. But what else do I see all the time? Jake Paul. Um, like I'm not one of these guys that underrates Jake Paul. That says, "Oh, he's an ex-Disney catamite," which he is. But he probably got brutalized in horrible ways, man. His batty hole is probably like a smashed blood orange because the amount of Disney producers that have smashed him, has done some damage. But allegedly, Jake Paul and Gay J, Anthony Joshua, have been exchanging messages, DMs. Oh yeah, apparently Paul's been saying, "Oh yeah, man, yeah, I want this challenge. It's a fight. I want to make it happen. It's looking likely for next year." I mean, you serious? Like Gay J, I'm not a big fan of Gay J's, obviously. Why? Because he's a huge PED abuser, despite what Otto Wallin says. Because he's never failed a test. But it's so blatant. He's not even that good a boxer. He's just a big, steroid-fueled bum that hits people hard. But, he's been whacked out by... My favourite was Andy Ruiz Jr. knocking him out because he was fat. Usyk totally outpointed him and almost stopped him, and they rang the bell early. Who else? Daniel Dubum sparked him. I was shocked by that, to be honest. But Dubum obviously has a new physician, to give him some great products to use. But, so what? I mean, look, the whole Jake Paul circus is ridiculous. But the reality is, unfortunately, he's probably the most watched professional boxer in the world. And he's not terrible. He's not terrible. I mean, some people think all his fights are like fixed and all that, and people throw the fights. I don't know. Some of them maybe, but some of them you get guys like Chavez Jr. They didn't really try. They didn't really try and win, or until the end when it was too late. But the idea of Jake Paul. Jake Paul exchanging DMs with the Gay J and having a fight is ridiculous. The only kind of DMs that Jake Paul and Gay J are swapping is probably like Jake Paul going, "Hey, I hear you're in town. If you want, I'll smash your batty hole. Because I know you're a bottom. Because you're a disgusting pervert and a pig. You remember AKA Skins, right? AKA Skins, his original lover. They've been with for ages. He's obviously a batty man. Anyone who thinks he's not a batty man is nuts. Oh, he's got a kid. Philip Schofield's got 2 kids. So he's straight now. Elton John was married. So he's straight now. Freddie Mercury had a kid. He's straight now. Come on, man. There ain't nothing but a ding-a-ling on a string. Yeah? You're either You're either normal or you're a revolting pervert. And Gay J is a pervert. So, you know, he's probably sent Jake Paul some text saying, you know, my Batty's here. Yeah, this is disgusting. Yeah, my face will be in the pillow, my ass will be in the air, and you can smash me to pieces. Because he's a pervert. Because Batty men are weird. Often the big one, you know, like the hunk, the beard. I mean, not the beard. What's it called? The bear. The bear. You know, is the submissive one. These people are sick. You got to understand that. These people are sick people. So, you know, maybe you know, he's DMing Jake Paul going, look, man, you know, you can do what you want with me. You can smash me to pieces. You can turn my batty hole into a watermelon that's been attacked with a hammer. You know, and also, it's just nonsense. You know, Gay J, despite the fact he's a fraud, he's a PED abuser, is a half decent fighter. He's he's an Olympic gold medalist. He's a world heavyweight champion. You know, as if Jake Paul is going to fight Gay J. Jake Paul's a cruiserweight anyway, a fat one too. He's a fat cruiserweight, you know, with a stupid beard, you know, stupid tattoos. As if, like, you know, what is it, like 190-pound Jake Paul has a chance of beating Gay J. You know, Gay J would destroy him in a round. I mean, Gay J is pushiol. No doubt he's a pushiol. But, you know, he's got enough to beat 190-pound Disneyland catamite, you know, who is not brought up in boxing. But they keep talking about this. Well, I mean, the main reason is it's PR, right? PR, the PR game is about getting names, right? About getting content, about getting visuals, right? In mainstream media, either not just necessarily like, you know, actual papers, you know, like newspapers like The Sun and stuff, but also on their website. So what do they do? What is Gay J and Jake Paul doing? Saying, yeah, we're going to fight each other. It's never going to happen, man. It's never going to happen. Gay J weighs 50 pounds more. You know, he's not a great boxer, but he's a lot better than Jake Paul. Jake Paul ain't got a chance against Gay J, except in the bedroom. Except in the bedroom. He's the boss in the bedroom. You know, Gay J will bend over. He will put his face in a pillow. He'll stick his revolting... I don't want to talk about this. He'll stick his ass in the air. And Jake Paul, you know, he'll probably put on the stereo, he'll put his latest music on, and he will destroy Gay J's batty hole. And it won't be pretty, man. There'll be blood. There will be destruction. There'll be pain. But Gay J will probably like it. But if they met in the boxing ring, you know, don't be ridiculous, man. There's no way on the earth that Jake Paul has a chance. And I've already said, the only chance of Jake Paul, right, to go stratospheric, you know, to get really big, is by fighting that bum Badu Jack, who's 42, who's old, he's been knocked out a couple of times. He will easily throw the fight for a couple of mil, for 10 mil. But, you know, the idea that Gay J and Jake Paul will fight, has to be impossible. You know, I mean, KJ earns enough money so that 10 million to throw the fight is not enough. He's already got a lot of money. He's not going to be, all right, Jake Paul, you can smash me. And I don't mean my batty hole, I mean in the ring. And I don't mean my ring, I mean in the actual boxing ring. Yeah? That you can smash me. You pay me 10 mil. You can't do that with Joshua because Joshua's worth a lot more and has earned a lot more money. You can do that with Badu Jack because Badu Jack is a bum. The so-called the so-called Swedish guy from Gambia, a Muslim who lives in Dubai. Yeah. And he's 42 now. He will bend over, metaphorically. Metaphorically, he will bend over for Jake Paul, the Disney catamite. But KJ's not going to do it. And so, in which case, they're not going to risk Jake Paul. Jake Paul's one of the highest earning boxers, bizarrely, weirdly. He is, though, right? And to have him win or pretend to win a world title is massive news and it's a lot of money. But there's no way, in my opinion, my esteemed opinion, my respected opinion, that Jake Paul and KJ will fight. I mean, like I said, they're only talking about it for PR reasons, so they can get their own stupid names, right, into the press, and it will elevate their value. You know what I'm saying? Boxing's a joke. Pro boxing's a joke. It's an embarrassment, man. It's an embarrassment, man. I'm definitely changing sport. Definitely changing sport. BKFC, lawn bowls, or tennis. That's where we at. Because boxing is whack.